on forging future-ready BPO strategies, embracing and aligning with technology trends. May I introduce Mr. Gautam Chatterji, Associate Vice President, Human Resources, LTIMindtree. Mr. Gautam Chatterji, a seasoned executive with 30 plus years of experience, excels in fostering partner and client relationships for substantial financial growth. His cross-functional expertise spans IT services, manufacturing, and power utilities. Currently leading M&A integration and global HR digital transformation program, Mr. Gautam Chatterji's unique exposure in various functions and innovative leadership sets him apart. He's known for executive leadership, strategic initiatives, and building IPs, contribution to organizational success.
Right. Good morning, everybody, and I see some of the known faces over here whom I usually meet in forums. So we had some two good, interesting sessions, and I am here to speak about what would be the strategy in terms of aligning to the new technology trends, right? So so what we will cover is from the new normal to the next normal, what the journey would be, and followed by, what is the competitive analysis in terms of this industry, and then, of course, what are the BPO strategies which one needs to look into as an organization, right? So that was a new normal at one point of time, which led people to think wow, the new ways of working, right? And that was little, different kind of a situation which we were in, and that led to us to think on hybrid model of work, on remote workplace engagements, on technology trends being set up. Now we have come across all that, and right now we are in a pretty normal stage. But what is the next normal? And the next normal, if you see, it is in the 2030s. Things will be pretty different, and things which we are imagining, which is not possible in today's context, will become very normal in 2030s. One of them is the industry in terms of the space technology. Today, a long holiday. Today is Thanksgiving in US, and people may be holidaying, to Niagara Falls. But you can go to outer space for a holiday, right? That would be very possible. For 2 days, you just go to outer space. Technology will evolve so easily, and you will come back. Then you will have electric vehicles will transfer you within 100 miles. When there will be air traffic of these electric vehicles, we call them as eVTOLs, which are already there in this world. These are being tested, and this will become a reality in the near future. Then the entire packaging industry would change in the sense that it will be all sensor driven, and some of the packaging material itself would be you can eat it and digest it, and that's how it becomes more sustainable kind of an industry. The technology of parcel delivery can be through drones, like you may be receiving your parcels and delivery just from your window, right? The video entertainment in terms of movies would become very interactive, meaning your friend can be in a movie theater, and you can be in your home, and you can interact with each other. And you can have the same experience, and you can simulate experience in the sense that if there is a situation of a snowfall, you can feel the temperature of that particular scene. The wellness is very much connected. You have smart watches getting connected to your fridge, and based on your sleep pattern, based on your calories you consume on a particular day, the fridge will give you the sensors and suggestions that what kind of foods you would like to eat on a particular day. And the retail shopping would change, it will be totally digital, like there could be digital mannequins, and you get inside a shop, the digital mannequins will change to the color of the clothes which you actually like. And that's the kind of an shopping experience you would have. And car buying can be, you can select a car or you can buy many cars on subscription. Like, you can have a car on a weekday which is compact because you're going to office, and on a weekend you can have a, limousine because you're going for a weekend holiday with your family. So the point which I'm trying to make is the industries are going to change drastically because of the new normal and the next normal coming in. And let us be prepared. So as the industries are going to change, the ways of working are going to change, the processes are going to change, right? And that's where the opportunity would come in. Now, so that is one aspect in terms of what changes we can see in the next normal, which can come in 2030 onwards, right? Now, having dealt with this, there are certain operation challenges which are there already on the ground. Like, there are cost pressures, there is a pressure of innovation in all organizations because the business is changing, the experiences are changing, there is always a need for end-to-end, ownership and visibility. And then there is business alignment, because with new businesses coming in, you need to align and you need to bring up new processes, you need to train people. So these are some of the operational challenges which are there on the ground. Now, added to this, what is happening today with this hybrid remote workforce coming in place, and with organizations struggling to create a kind of a model of how to bring people back to office, and whether the hybrid remote workforce and policies are going to stay, which I feel will stay. So the workplace and the workforce, these are changing. Like work, we have talked about in the previous two sessions that there will be robotics, there will be AI which is coming in. So the work is changing, the work pattern is changing. Now workforce, because of the skill gap, you need to have different kind of people. You need to accommodate, people for a shorter duration of time, and that's where the gig economy would come in a bigger force. And you need to have the Gen Zs also coming in. So workforce pattern is changing in the industry, in all industries and in BPO industry in particular. And the workplace is also changing because we are still in the remote hybrid mode of operations, where we are still working in the 4 modes of operations, where we are together in office, together but apart, meaning we are working on collaboration platform, apart, and just remote, where we are working on our own. Now, since the 3 Ws are changing, okay, and it's not World Wide Web, it's work, workplace, and workforce. Since these are changing, the automation level, the talent strategy has to change in the organization, right? So that is another aspect which one needs to look into, as one has to delve into what could be the BPO strategies to align to the new technological trends in the industry, right? Now, at the same time, if you look at the current situation, a lot of good things are being said that, look, we need to be with the customer, we have to do things right, we'll be with our customers and we will have to create things, for them. The customers also feel that, yeah, I like the team with whom I am working. But on the ground, there are other scenarios. People on the ground, they are saying, the employees are saying that, look, if I have to get into a data, I have to go into 3 different places to gather the data. I don't gather the historical trends of a particular customer, and I don't have proper reports for that, right? The customer is saying that, look, SLAs are getting missed. Whatever you are saying, and we are going with business SLAs. Don't go with normal SLAs of response and resolution time. I want to go with more with business aligned SLAs, and my business cannot go down, right? The customer is saying that we need somebody to tell us what is going wrong and not tell us what is going right. And at the same time, the operational people, they're saying that, look, we have things there, but we have all processes across all departments, and they work a little disjointly, and we don't know how to get things together. While things are there in place, this is the ground reality, right? Now, so you have a situation where you have to think of the next normal, which is kind of an Alice in Wonderland kind of a proposition with which we started off. But on the ground, there are these issues. If you talk to the people on the ground, you will have operational challenges, you will have customer expectations not getting met, and the employee challenges as well. Now, considering all that, now so if I now do a kind of a competitive analysis of this industry, okay? So you see there is an increased power of the clients which have gone up, right? In terms of cost negotiation, they are at a commanding position. They want to do nearshoring. They want to have digital adoption. All organizations over here are going for digital adoption. Then data protection becoming a big issue for them. So how is data protection and privacy getting, implemented in the industry and in the particular organizations with whom they are working? And they need an on-demand model. They don't want a kind of a fixed pricing nowadays, as per the latest, psyche of the customers. Now, there is a threat of new substitutes coming in, meaning, you have a provision for people to start an office with work from home kind of a situation in a very hybrid remote model, which means you don't have to invest so much on infrastructure like as a capital investment to start a startup organization in the BPO industry. The low-cost locations are on the rise. So other than India, there are other geographies and regions like Poland, Brazil, they are also coming up as low-cost locations, and innovative pricing model, and then, of course, the cutting-edge technologies which we have all talked of. The startups, in terms of, I could think of in human resource, BPOs, can start up very easily with this remote hybrid kind of a model. You don't have to put in so much of infrastructure. So these are new entrants in the BPO industry. And what is happening because of this increased threat of substitutes, increased bargaining power of the clients, and in the new entrants of potential new entrants coming in new areas of work, the bargaining power of BPO organizations are decreasing, primarily because of the renewals at low cost. This is always happening because customer is expecting that, what benefit you will give me on a renewal, right? How can we, optimize the cost and, give me a benefit? Why should I come with you and stay with you, right? The other part is the political uncertainty, which we all know, the wars which are going on, which is pulling things down across the world, and hopefully things will stabilize soon. But the business transformation and RPA and automation which are coming in is also reducing the bargaining power of the BPO organization, right? Now then, considering this as a competitive analysis of the industry, of the threat of new entrants, of the clients, what would be the strategy? So the strategy is very simple. You have to modernize, you have to transform, and you have to innovate. This is the strategy with which we need to go with. Because without these three things in mind, without these three as becoming part of the DNA in an organization, in the BPO organization, it will be very difficult to sustain the existing business and acquire new businesses as well. Now, how do you modernize? How do you transform? And how do you innovate? What are the various strategic drivers for this? First is you don't overburden your clients. You have to be with your clients. You have to give them that end-to-end visibility. You need to focus on the business, your business as well as the client business, because that is where you have to align the business transformation of the client with your transformation so that you can sustain and support the client organizations. Innovation, of course, is the order of the day. We cannot go without that. So that is also one of the strategic drivers. And one needs to be agile, because we have seen how the world has changed. Within days, the world has changed. Within days, how we have started the remote operations in all organizations across all industries, and we all sustained. So we need to be agile. That agile mindset has to be in all organizations, and of course in the BPO organization as well. And people first, you talked about people first, people culture, how you need to train them and, bring them up. So the three things that is emerging out of these, strategic imperatives is that of, operational efficiency, customer, experience, and employee experience. So these are the three areas of focus in terms of the strategic priorities for the BPO industry, which needs to come up, which will be aided by the technology capabilities in terms of AI, in terms of 360-degree feedback, in terms of a single data model of a consolidated CMDB, in terms of integrated dashboard, in terms of automated SLA, in terms of AI-driven virtual assistants to aid the client experience, and integration of AI with chatbot to give a kind of a generative AI kind of a simulation and experience to the client. And what will it lead to? It will lead to increased efficiency. It will, it will help you to retain and grow the business. And, you need to retain and hire new talent. So that's the outcomes which you need to look into, considering the strategic priorities and the three focus areas. Just take one more minute. In terms of the various layers of operations, like you need to have the cloud infrastructure, you need to have a platform, you need to have security, automation, operations management, and those are the service lines in the BPO industry which it will cater to. I'm sorry. And since the bell is up, so this is how you need to modernize and transform your organization in the industry. A lot of people are taking snaps of this slide, so I think I have done a good presentation of this slide. And I thank you for taking pictures of this slide, which makes me happy. And thank you for a patient hearing. And thank you very much for having me here. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Chatterjee, for such a wonderful presentation and for such valuable insights. I would like to request Mr. Makesh Sankaran to kindly come on stage to facilitate Mr. Gautam Chatterjee.